morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome. What's my hat?
Oh, no, it's missing.
How dare you?
This is a new rendition. This is called Classic Dag. You know, like there you go. It's like Classic Dag. Actually, if you
I
want
just
to
thought we
know,
distracted you so much.
No, yeah,
that
you
wasn't
did.
doing it.
You did. Hold on, wait. Do I have it here? No. Oh yeah, I do. Do you want to see Classic Dag? Hold on, I'll show you Classic Dag. This was Classic Dag.
Ooh.
Man, it is so
dang.
dusty. Oh my god. Okay,
This might
hold
be a
on.
dag that I haven't even seen.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that. I
that.
remember
There you go.
that. Yeah.
That's Classic Dag. Classic Dag had this, and I still have it here. I keep it here as
I was
just,
saying, yeah, you still have it.
I still have it here. Maybe if what happens if I do this and I have one of these?
Super powered, new and improved.
I've
It's
doubled
all
up.
dags
Classic
combined.
dag.
It's all the Dag. There we go.
Classic
Boom.
super dag.
Vintage Dag Christina.
Whoa!
Wow.
Well, see, yeah, no, it's vintage, then it's classic, and then it's
Yeah, I
neo.
know.
was
But
gonna
it's,
say-
okay, fine. So yeah, so this is vintage Dag without is classic Dag, and then this. But you know what else, right? You know what else? I didn't also used to wear the red shirt. I used to have a yellow shirt as well. Like I used to wear that one.
Ooh.
But my characters kept dying, ironically, when I wore a yellow shirt. And it wasn't that I was intending to wear a yellow shirt. It's just what happened. It's what looked good. Because this black shirt over the top, was always a part of my look, right? But until I wore red, my luck was just shit. And so once I started wearing red, I started wearing it all the time. And because I kept wearing it all the time, eventually a fan from Gen Con made me this, and it became my brand. And I was like, oh, well, I mean...
Yeah.
You know, at this point, if I'm just recognized for wearing red, I'll wear the red. But you know, there you go.
Maybe I'll wear yellow and it'll
I actually
reverse
don't.
my effects.
I don't hate this, but I think it's a little too much. That's all. I don't dislike it. Like I might wear it out in public. You know what I mean? But I definitely. Oh man, and look, it's actually fucking like I don't know if this is gross or not, but this is like yellow. Not because of like how gross it is, but just you know when like linen gets like yellow because of age. Like that's how old this is. I bought this in 2004. I think something like that. I think I bought this
20 years
That's
ago.
what they used
Yeah,
to do,
I think I
They
bought
used
this.
to-
I think I bought this in
Oh
2004.
yeah, 20 years. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
They used to do that, right? With the belts, they didn't have the different colors. It just got dirty after a while.
Yeah.
Crying
And that bandana's like, you know, again, it kind of has that like, again, I mean, it is pretty accurate actually, you know, like vintage, you know,
I love
you
it.
know, vintage element to it.
I
too.
mean, maybe I'll start wearing yellow.
There you go. I don't know.
I'll stop dying less. Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, look. Okay, we're done with exploring how old Dag is. G'day guys, welcome. My name is Michael. I'm the Deadlesy Gamer. Despite the start of this show, we are actually a Pathfinder stream. We're doing a live play here, and we are joined by our wonderful and amazing patrons who play the role of my heroes in the adventure, allowing me to introduce to you Scully, who plays the role of Cinderiel, the, I want to guess, sorcerer cleric of Sarenrae. Yeah! I do that.
He just keeps going through all the classes.
Yes, the cleric of Sarenrae, the party's healer, and of course, a person who has grown up in the town that we find our characters in, of course, Sandpoint, as per the name. Welcome to Scully. Yay!
Hello.
We then, of course, are missing a Avarian CA, aka John, who plays the role of Westinson, a surly, drunken dwarf, former soldier who is on the bottle. That's basically the character. Then, of course, we have Sean, who plays the role of Titus, our tiefling Azarketi, a person who has dedicated their life to champion the message of Shaylin, the goddess of art, and has currently been punished to remain in the town of Sandpoint after trying to steal his master's quest without their knowledge because he claimed that they were too old. So he was instead told to sit the fuck down, to stay in this town until he gets back so he can get a proper disciplining. Then, of course, playing the role of Ziak is our dear friend Rock Protector. Ziak is a monster hunter Kolo, who was a Kolo that was adopted by a group of monster hunters and has now taken on the family business as the proprietor and holder of things. He is a thaumaturge, a master of the esoterica. Then, following which, we have Peyton, a rough and tumbled thug who worked as a bartender at the Hagfish, a dive bar in the southern reaches of Sandpoint. And this colorful character is played by our dear friend Neil from Immersion Diversion. And last but not least, we have
Hello.
playing the role of Nervander, a ranger from around the hinterlands and married to famed ranger Shalelu Andrasani, is our dear friend Matt from All Things Fantasy. Pew pew. All right. Now, to kick us off in today's game, first of all, guys, we have a couple of people to thank before we get into the session. And that is, of course, the sponsors of our show. And I will be reading the chat in just a moment. They are whizzing past me, and I've got everything on the wrong screen. There we go. So, first of all, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice. Look, it's a map. We have dice, we have references, we have rules, so that I don't have to worry so much about keeping track of the rules and I can focus on the roleplay. Fantasy Grounds is an amazing and incredible tool, if not a little expensive, but I guarantee you worth it for the price you pay. Then, of course, Sirenscape for the wonderful sound effects that you hear over the course of the game. It helps really bring in any immersion that you can go into any session. Doesn't matter if it's online or in person. I highly recommend it. They've just released, actually, ironically, because we recently did this on our for one of our challenges. Actually, it might have been this one. Was this the one where you dealt with the genies and stuff? It was, wasn't it?
No.
No? Which one was that one? That one
No,
was
that's the
Gatekeep-
Sunday game.
Gatewalkers.
Sunday game.
Gatewalkers.
Sunday game. Well, the Sunday game, they just dealt with the Ankrav, which were, of course, the giant insectoid things that were in the farmlands. They have just released an entire sound set of Ankrav sound effects. So we have the sound of a group of party members moving through the farmland fields. And then we have, is there something moving under the ground? Oh, that's weird. That's strange. What's over there? And then suddenly, an Ankrav leaps out of the ground and begins battle.
What's up, Doc?
That sounds like a big one. Oh my god.
They are big.
I know, bigger.
All right. So as you can see, a good sound effect can make all the difference and can really help indulge into things. And like I said, this is actually one of my favorite ones. I would honestly use this one for things like bulettes. I would use this for purple worms, you know, any kind of like underground kind of thing. These are very versatile sounds, so highly recommend. Go check out Sirenscape. And then lastly, our VTT of choice. Sorry, not our VTT of choice. Our art, all of our models, all of our tokens are made using Hero Forge, which is an amazing bespoke 3D model making software that allows you to not only design and create amazing and very, very detailed miniatures, but also have them 3D printed and shipped to you all over the world. I definitely highly recommend checking it out now because there are they have just unleashed kit bashing, which allows even more freedom of range to be able to make, design, and do cool things with Hero Forge. So yeah, go check those out. Okay. Next up, of course, I have been informed that I am not allowed to go by this week without letting people know that it is, of course, my birthday next week, and I will be potentially unavailable, which means I will not be allowing my community to necessarily celebrate with me on my birthday. So that is a part of a thing. So instead, I have decided to put a goal that I think is quite reasonable for my birthday because I do that thing where it's like, I don't celebrate my birthday and blah, blah, blah. So I've set it for $1. There we go. So we have a Happy Birthday DAG fundraiser where it is just money for happy birthdays. As you guys know, my cat has been doing vet bills and stuff, so those are being taken care of, which is good. So it's not like I've shoved those away. Cat is okay. Cat is seeing the doctor every couple of days, which of course is just part of the whole thing that's going on. But he's a little lump, and we love him. So yes, happy birthday, Dag. Thank you, Cass. Yes, get all the love. That's what I've been told. Anyway, so in order to if you want to support the channel, support me, do all the things, show all the love, there are a number of ways you can do it throughout the game. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time to influence the game as we play. This can be in, the insight bonuses, inspiration, wandering monsters, divine intervention, tons of cool stuff there. And all you have to do is watch in order to get these bonuses. Then we have our amazing and wonderful donations that are monetary based, and they all have a harder, more tangible effect on the game as we play. For $5, you can donate one of these red marks for my players or one of the purple marks for me. These are hero points and jinx points. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the GM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, have bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks from my desk in front of me. The first is a deck of plot twists and flashbacks. These are story prompts that I attempt to throw into sessions and games while we are playing. These are really, really fun, and they keep me on my toes as a GM, helping me to try and, be adaptable, be fluid while I'm playing. Alternatively, if you want, a $10 can get you a heroic action for a player of your choosing, which is a free action that does some pretty cool stuff. That I don't like the look of that, Brune. Anyway.
Oh no!
So yeah, heroic action can do that. It's basically a hero point and a free action that is quite a powerful one. For $20, you can donate to give a player or the GM of your choice a natural 20, which serves as a, hey, it's like a freaking success. It's what you want. Sometimes you just need shit to work, and the nat 20 is the easiest way to do it. Then also, by the way, Cass, thank you for sharing. We love having you here. And we don't always have to be on highs, but I'm glad that we're able to help bring you up and lift you. Yay. Mwah. That's it. So that's $20. $50, you donate to a player of your choice. You can give them a magic item. This can be a homebrew item you have. This can be a homebrew item you'd like me to create, or you can give someone something from their wish list. Alternatively, you can use that $50 for unspeakable violence by making a matter slightly more complicated, upping the ante, making bosses more difficult, increasing the stakes. There's a ton of different things that happen depending on when and who you use it for. So yes. And then we have our $100 secret menu item. A $100 secret menu item is usually a big, massive shift in what is going on, how things work, yada, yada, yada. Our $100 secret menu item is going to be something quite interesting indeed. Now, I am going to give this, I know this is going to sound a bit weird, but I'm going to give this to our dear friend Matt from All Things Fantasy, where at a particular point in this adventure, and I haven't asked Matt this, by the way, I'm just going to do this. At some point in this adventure, Matt is going to be in control of the NPC that is here in this particular area of the dungeon. I'm going to relent control of that NPC to our friend Navander, Matt. He's gonna be able to just control it. I trust Matt will do well. I'm not gonna say anything more than that because it's very much a surprise. But
Okay.
it is not a small thing. And I will be taking on a co-star role of another NPC in that scene, who will basically be kowtowing to Matt's character. And that'll be the scene we share. So that is the $100. That is the $100 secret menu item. Is Dag becomes a beta GM. That's basically it. Just become a beta GM for a while. That's the goal. All right.
That sounds fun.
Good. I'm glad. That's the whole point. All right. I think
You have donations to process.
I do have donations processed. I think that brings us to the end of the donations. Let's have a look at our process donations. What do we have, Schooly Eye?
You got a Jinx point from Christina.
Christina, thank you so much for the Jinx point. I will use it wisely, probably on Neil.
And then from Mally, you have a nat 20 for Peyton and a nat 20 for yourself.
Yay! Oh, Mally, thank you so much for the nat 20. Here is one for Peyton, and
Thank you.
here is one for Dag. Mwah! Thank you, you lovely, wonderful, and amazing being. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. I think we're ready to go. Yeah, I think we are. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. Whistles in the Dark. That's the one we're in. Okay. Without any further ado, we return once again to the town of Sandpoint. Or should I say, outside the town of Sandpoint, where our heroes have journeyed along the Sandpoint hinterlands, far beyond the reaches and safety of their own town, toward the Devil's Plateau, where they have found a place known as the Pit. Deep within, our heroes hope to find a danger, a threat, something that has set its sights upon the small, quaint town. And in doing so, will bring about 7 dooms upon Sandpoint. Going into the pit, our heroes found the first of their very peculiar spelunking expedition, a tunnel that seemed to have a strange effigy of a horse mixed with a giant bat, serpent type thing, an idol of sorts being looked after and worshipped by goblins. After dispatching several of the goblins, our heroes continued their search only to be ambushed by this large, gelatinous, oozy type creature. And after a very harrowing battle, our heroes barely scraped and survived the encounter. But the noise and ruckusing has created a bit of has drawn attention from something that lies just here for my players, if you wish to see. As the door leading into this chamber from the south, and now has scratching, sniffing, and growling coming from the other side. Also, by the way, Brune, you bloody legend, you. Thank you so much for your donation. I look forward to giving Matt control of a very notable NPC and just letting whatever happens happens. Could be anything. Matt could turn around and just be like, "Okay, everyone, I guess I'm gonna stop hurting Sandpoint and reform my life, and I'm gonna open up a florist." You know, I mean, maybe, who knows?
Me stopping hurting Sandpoint? That doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't. It
You
doesn't.
stop.
All right. So, hi, Penhead. Good to see you. Welcome. And Odd Bandicoot. Good to see you as well. Okay. Let's get into it. So, our heroes, suffering from various acid wounds from the ooze and hearing the scraping and clawing, the scene is now yours. What do you do? Oh, right. Sorry. My apologies, Brune. In which case, if it's not the secret menu item, please take your time to decide. You can decide partway through the game if you like. You can just drop them, like, like airdrop them as we're playing. Just like, oh, I feel like giving someone a nat 20 now.
Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Style.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to kind of like wrap my arms around Ziak and lift him up while also kind of using my I keep on forgetting the name. I keep on want to say something touch, but it's not touch.
Lay on hands.
It's lay on hands. Thank you. There it is. Yeah,
I don't think it's called that. I don't think it's
called.
called that anymore.
Yeah, it's not called that in Pathfinder.
Oh, really? Oh, that's what
Yes.
I have written down here on my spells.
It's
Did
laying
you
on feet.
did you update your Hold on, wait. Which champion do you have? Do you have Legacy champion or the regular champion?
I do not know.
I think you might have the.
Level 5, so
I think you might have Legacy. That's okay. It's fine. We'll deal with that later. Carry on.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was kind of like hoist Ziak onto his feet, heal him for 17 HP, dust him off, and like, we should probably leave and regroup, catch our bearings. That was rough.
yes, I agree. We don't want to get involved with whatever's on the other side of that right now. Quick question for the DM:
I'm listening.
Am I still bleeding, or did I heal from that last game? Because we were in initiative still to heal the bleeding damage.
Oh yeah. I think you're still bleeding.
Oh, I thought we were in initiative until everyone got healed up.
Well,
Yeah, I
no,
thought that was the
because
case, too.
that's how bleeding works.
All right.
Oh,
All right. So if we are looking at the initiative from before, Neil, you also go unconscious. You take 9 points of
Yeah.
damage.
oh crap!
I just say that and then I fall over.
Now I presume.
Am I still
bleeding?
So Titus, because it happened
Yeah.
behind you, I would say that your instinct would be to go to Ziak first because he was already unconscious and is likely further closer to death than
Yeah.
than that.
And
how-
Ziak, I was trying to protect by, tanking the thing that was trying to eat him,
Correct.
dissolve him. So,
So Titus, you've healed. So what's it? 1 action to use lay on hands, or 2?
Yep, it's 1.
Okay, cool. You've got 2 more actions. What do you want to do?
Maybe kind of prop Ziak on my arm and try to back up away from the door, maybe towards the way we came in.
Sure.
So just kind of take some movements to walk. And just address the party, being like, could you get Peyton up? We need to get out of here right away.
All right, Navander, you walk in and see a scene where all your friends are dying or dead.
Navander finishes the sandwich. Navander's going to finish the sandwich he was eating on his way here. What the hell happened to all of you? Alright, first Peyton. Navander's going to try to pick Peyton up in like a fireman's lift.
Okay.
Fine.
Where are we going? Am I just standing here holding up Peyton? What are we doing?
We should probably regroup at the entrance. It's also good to see you again, Navander. It'll be helpful. Also,
Listen.
Westinson seemed to have ran away in fear.
No, he didn't.
Listen, I
You
said
don't
I said to
control
wait
other
for
people's
me
characters without their permission. What's
What's
the matter with you? I apologize to the audience. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I'm sorry you had to see that. Roll me a percentage. How dare you?
I was going to say, make it believable. Weston, why are you after all the booze?
Joke,
He
it's
deserves
fine.
it. One.
Don't-
Oh!
All right, 24%. As you say this, Westinson looks over at you. He furrows his eyebrows, and he says, "I'm no coward." And he uses one hand to pick up Ziak, and pushes Titus to the ground. And he says, "You better watch your mouth, unless you want me to teach you how to open up your jaw like you can distend it with a good sock to the mouth." He then hoiks Ziak off over his shoulder and then storms out in a huff. As this
He
happens,
throws me on the feet.
all right.
Oh.
As this happens, Titus, make me a perception check.
Oh,
Peyton's
Bear in
over.
mind, you've now just taken the person that had our lamp. And our light source.
Yep. I'm more.
I'm gonna have to lead everyone out. Oh yeah, I forgot. Titus's perception's not crap. Oh well, when that happens, it is.
Okay, Cinderio. As Navander is also leaving, I need you to make me a perception check. Now, ideally, you want to actually fail this because Peyton needs you to heal him. Because he's still bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
What level are you guys? 3.
5.
5?
5. Yeah.
5. Let me check.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You started high level. Unfortunately, this is not enough. Well, I mean, fortunately, really. So, Cinderio, you go over, and if you would like to, you may heal Peyton before he dies. Because he's a dying 3.
Yep, I think with that,
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
quite
yeah,
well
dying
and
three.
quite bandaged with battle medicine.
Sure, not a problem. As that is happening, Titus, you are left in the dark, but you've got dark vision. You can see perfectly fine. But what you fail to see is crawling underneath the door to the south
Oh,
are
Oh,
several dogs. Which, as a pack, suddenly beset upon you. All right, that is the surprise that you will get as we will roll initiative.
yep, and I
Oh,
failed the
dogs?
battle medicine check for Peyton.
Yeah.
Can I use a hero point to?
Oh, I could use a jinx point and be so mean. No, absolutely, yes, you
You
may.
could.
I'm not gonna use a jinx point. That's so horrible. That's like people counterspelling heal spells.
Oh.
All right,
Oh, critical success.
nice.
Nice, yeah.
All right. All
Oh.
right, 22 healing. All right, so you've been healed. You're in the other room. Now you haven't heard anything yet because these dogs basically. Oh, actually, speaking of which, I need to roll stealth for them, not perception. One moment. 18. Okay. Well, it's slightly worse than their initiative, but that is fine. Okay. All right. So from behind Titus, what seem to be these dog rat hybrids are what emerge from the ground and come to try and grab at you. Ziak, you are up first. I need you to make me a perception check. Let's see if you can hear the sudden
Okay.
commotion from the other room.
Perception. There you are. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know.
All right, you don't happen to see anything, unfortunately.
Damn.
Crap.
All right. For this turn, you can talk to anyone if you'd like. Just have a chat. Just be like, hey, so how about that local sports team?
I will take one of my. I got 4 healing potions in my bag somewhere, and I will take one. Yeah.
All right. Also, a massive thank you to Calindria, who has come in with a $90 donation. You fucking lunatic. Let's see. We've got a jinx point for Dag. Boop. We have a hero point for Cinderiel. We have 2 hero points for Titus and Peyton.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it.
We have a natural 20 for Westonson, Titus, and Evander.
Whoa.
Full top off.
That is a top off. And everyone has now officially been topped off. Holy crap.
Yay!
Callie. Freaking
Nice.
nailed it. Just came in, swooped in, and was just like, hey, everyone. I got you back. Yeah. The patron saint of our Sandpoint group. All right. All right, so you have healed
What do
Zia.
I roll for?
What potion did you use?
I think it was lesser. I just wrote down 4 healing potions. I forgot to save. It's probably lesser.
Okay,
I'm
so just so you know, there is actually an items thing in Fantasy Grounds. So if I do give you an item, you can just drag and drop it for yourself. I can drop it too, but I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was probably a lesser healing potion. So that is
Well-
2d8 plus 5.
I was going to say, because we all have a lesser, and I think we all have 4 moderates from.
Oh, is it
Ouch.
moderate? Maybe it's moderate.
Do you want to use them? Well, I mean, if it's
Yeah,
not, look,
3 moderates.
look, The rule is, if it's not on your sheet, you don't have it. What's on your sheet?
On my sheet, it just says 4 healing potions.
Okay, that's probably the moderate healing potions then.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the moderate healing potion, that will give you 3d8 plus 10.
Okay.
All right, you may heal that. Meanwhile, we'll then move to Peyton. Peyton, you have been healed and are no longer bleeding. You are now wounded 3, however,
Yep.
which means that if
I'll put that
if you
in.
go down one more time, you simply die.
I'd die, yeah.
That was true wounds, doesn't it? Removes a wounded condition.
Oh, it does?
With the
Oh
critical.
yeah, if it's a critical hit, I think
Oh,
it
yeah.
does.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so you are still on wounded 2 then.
Yep. I just moved that down, so awesome.
All right, what do you want to do, Peyton? Perception check, actually, just to see if you can hear the
yeah.
commotion as well.
Okay. I have a plus 10. Hopefully I do good. Oh, that's 24.
With a 24, you hear some sort of scuffling coming from the previous room.
Uh-oh.
And a slight squeal from Titus.
Oh, shit. Guys, there's Titus. He didn't come with.
It's been 6
I
seconds,
guess-
Peyton. You hear the sounds
no.
of clawing and scratching, and you did hear the scratching and growling from the
Yeah.
other room.
Okay, I'm gonna move to the door. It's open right now? So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
open.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15. I can't see into the room.
No, you cannot.
Ah, shit.
I love
Ziak.
lighting when it's automatically done. Thank you, Fantasy
Um,
Grounds.
Do I have any torches? Shit, I don't actually have any torches.
Are you
Actually,
close?
I did have a torch, but I don't know if it went out when fighting the slimes, but I was attacking the slimes with the torch. So there might be one still on me in this room.
Oh yeah, no, valid point. You did. Let's I do recall. Let me add your torch then.
Oh yeah, me too. Because I was thinking.
Yeah, you've got your lantern. Your lantern's in there. There we go.
Yeah, but I had a torch.
Okay.
That was-
Yeah. 'cause you
So
were
even
swinging
though
at
it's
the
dark
slime.
here, I can see the light over there, right?
Yes, you may.
Okay, so what is okay? I want to make sure my speed is 30.
Let's see
Okay,
what the players can see.
5,
That's what
10, 20, 25, 30 as I get in and I see
make a acrobatics check.
Titus. Acrobatics?
Yep.
Okay. 18.
You are fine, because this should be an easy check. Which basically, when you move at full speed in the dark with no
Oh,
vision of where you're going, it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
one of the things you do. Yep, you're fine. You see
Um,
Titus, and Titus is being surrounded by what looks to be rat dogs.
shit. So I moved 30. That's one action. What was the perception
You've-
check another action?
Yeah, perception check's one action. You've moved over as another action.
Moved. Alright, I can't. I just see 3. And assuming I can see them, they can see me. Can I try and course?
You need to
Uh,
explain that more.
I have so I'm wondering if I can yell at them and try to get them to back away.
Sure, make an
have
intimidate check.
quick coercion. I have quick coercion and also group coercion. So, you said
Um,
intimidate?
Sure, yeah, make an intimidate. This can be considered a group intimidate. Let me check what
Okay,
their DC
oops.
is here.
Uh, 25.
Yeah, and how many does your group intimidate?
Group coercion says, says when you coerce, you can compare your intimidate check with the results up to the will DC of up to 5 targets instead of 1.
Okay, cool. They are
Yeah.
all frightened of you. And it is a critical success. They are all frightened 2 of you.
Ooh.
Now, coerce
Kind of
means
yell at
that...
them to.
So what is the reading on coercion?
So coercion. Let me go to activities.
That's okay. Well, let me just also add your
Oh.
friend condition here as well.
So let me go to intimidate.
There
Wait,
we go.
it's kind of far down here. Oh no, it's right up there. There it is. Coerce. With threats either veiled or overt, you attempt to bully a creature in doing what you want. You must spend at least 1 minute of conversation with the creature. I have quick coercion, so I can actually do it in a round. At the end of the conversation, attempt a intimidate check against the target's will DC, modified by any circumstances the GM determines. The attitudes referenced in the effects below are summarized in the changing attitudes described below and described in the full conditions appendix. Critical success. The target gives you the information you seek or agrees to follow your directives, so long as they aren't likely to harm the target in any way. The target continues to comply for an amount of time determined by the GM, but not exceeding 1 day, at which point the target becomes unfriendly if it wasn't already unfriendly or hostile. However, the target is too scared of you to retaliate, at least in the short term.
Does he? Does this have a language tag?
Yeah, we'll say.
It does have linguistics, but I have, if you'll say this counts, I've got the feat called Intimidating Glare, which means I can intimidate without talking.
So intimidation without talking is not coercion.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
It says you
because
can
coercion is
demoralize
conversation.
So
them.
yeah, so you won't be able
Okay.
to you won't be able to coerce them, but you will be able to intimidate them, which gives them the too
Okay.
frightened, which is fine. But you will not get them
Gotcha.
to. They won't be able to just back off because they don't understand what you're
Okay.
saying.
Yeah, I kind of see like dogs, and I kind of imagine it like you're talking to a dog, and you say, "Hey, stay," you know.
Which actually also means that your group coercion won't work on them, so only one of them will be frightened.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I guess I would have done the first one I seen, which would have been number 4,
Sure.
because technically the other two are still in the shadows. So I'll say that I did it on number 4,
Sure. Not
and that'll be my turn.
done and done. All right. Westonson is still injured, so he's gonna sit down, try and catch his breath. He doesn't realize something's wrong because nothing's really happened, except
They
maybe
didn't hear
Peyton.
me yell, "Hey,
except-
stay!"
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to point out that it was very clearly
Yeah.
pointed out that you use an intimidating glare.
Oh yeah, true. Okay.
There you go. Hey, Grandmaster Vu is given an inside bonus. Inside bonus. Everyone notices Peyton run back, and immediately you take a moment and you can hear the sounds of something moving like an animal, like a four-legged creature. Everyone now no longer needs a perception check to realize there's danger in the other room. Thank you to Grandmaster Vu, as you have given insight to our party, which may potentially prevent some level of the ambush. As we go into Cinderial's turn.
Sindel will run up. Presumably, she can just see Peyton on the other side and the other patch of light, I'm guessing, at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll just shout out, "Why'd you run back in? Get back here. I thought we were trying to recover. Pull Titus out by his ear if you need to." And she'll then just prepare to slam the door
I'm
behind
on it.
them.
All
if
right.
they both run back
Yep,
out.
so that'll be readying your action to close the door when he comes through. All right. The
This
big
grabs
rats.
Titus by the horns.
Here we go. All right. All right. Titus, attack number 1. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to go back on that one. Ignore that, because I'll use a hero point on it. This one is going to go for Peyton. as is this one. And the other
Oh,
two,
crap.
the other two will go. Do you have attacks of opportunity?
No, because you need to have a specific thing for that in Pathfinder, right?
Yes, correct. All right. So
Okay,
they
I
will
do not
go
have any.
for. They're gonna go for Peyton first, which I'm gonna burn a jinx point to reroll my attack.
However, if Peyton does get hit, I can attack it.
All right, that is a miss. Are you gonna attack it?
No, it has to actually hit and do damage.
Ah,
For
okay.
me to
Second
attack
attack on Peyton. Ooh, critical miss. I don't like that. I'm gonna burn my natural 20.
Aw.
All right. One of these
Ugh.
dog rats bites Peyton and deals 10 points of damage. In addition,
Okay. That's not good.
Peyton is fine from the disease that is rampaging through this creature's body.
Jeez. Also, you'll get damage reduction, Neil, once I figure out how much it is again, and then I'll
Yeah.
attack that thing for hurting you.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Dagos
where
has
is
a
it?
crit card.
Oh, I do have a crit card. Crit
Mhm.
card! All right. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. CRS Rungaroo. Fucking love that name. Brilliant name, mate. Can I pet your rat dog?
So yeah, so Neil, you take 7 less damage from this attack.
Sweet.
All right.
All right.
And make your attack.
So 39 then.
Oh, I thought you wanted to do the crit effect first.
And then, well, no, I will. Give me a number between 1 to 5, Peyton. Also, CRS, give me 2 seconds and I'll give you that. Give you that answer.
3.
3.
Actually,
1,
do
2.
4 because there's 4 of them.
Sure, 4. Here we go. Let's see. Organ scramble, triple damage, and the
Ow!
target is fatigued.
Oh no!
Oh, it's a good thing I gave you some resistance to it.
Does the resistance come after that, or?
Yeah, so it's just an
Okay.
extra 4 damage. It's fine. It's still the
Yeah.
same attack. And
Gotcha.
then you are also fatigued.
I just wanted to make sure in case I didn't
fatigue.
take 12 more damage on top of that and then go down before he reduced it by half. But
No, he'd reduce the
Oh.
attack by half. You don't go down, then get back
Oh.
up. Yeah, he's not
Got it.
healing you. He's absorbing the damage.
yep,
Yeah.
I
All right.
gotcha.
As the attack interposes and manages to protect Peyton from some of this deadly blow, the glaive used by Titus swings around to hit the canine behind him for 11 damage. Okay. Now, to answer the question, CRS Rungru asks, you popped up as a recommendation for the this channel, so you'd figured you'd ask, what is Pathfinder in simple terms? Easy question to answer. Pathfinder is a tabletop role-playing game, a game in which players take on the role of adventurers in a story that is narrated by myself, the Game Master. It is a game of imagination, it is a game of creativity, it is like playing any kind of RPG that one would find, or being in a movie where you get to dictate the action as it plays out. By using a 20-sided dice, you determine the success or failures based on a certain number of maths and a certain number of rules that basically the world follows in order to determine if you succeed or fail. For example, here we're having a battle in a dank cavern where 4 of these dog rat creatures have managed to ambush one of our party members, Titus Zarket. Now, these creatures have managed to surround our teammate and has started to bite them. But before they managed to launch the ambush, Peyton, our basically our brawler thug kind of character, managed to hear the commotion before the ambush went off and ran to the aid of Titus. The rats saw Peyton coming in, rushed over and began to attack Peyton as well. But Titus, as a champion, has an ability that allows him to protect his allies, which means he used his large glaive, a staff with a blade on the end, in order to reduce some of the damage that the rat thing was dealing to Peyton, as well as land a retaliatory strike against it. So it is a game of, like I said, imagination. It is a game of making up words and doing a bunch of cool stuff. There are tons of rules involved. Not gonna lie about that. But with a good GM and a great group, it is a wonderful and worthwhile experience because, in a game like a video game, you have predetermined outcomes for everything. In an RPG like this, you don't. It is all up to the group's collaborative storytelling to dictate what happens in the adventure. So yeah. And if you have questions about the storytelling, let me know. Engaging storytelling and role-playing are all things I wish I could really be. Hey, look, I'll tell you two things. One, there is a reason why acting is a trained skill that they study at a university level. It is not something everyone can simply just jump in and be excellent at. It takes time, it takes practice, but more importantly, it takes the willingness to try even if you're going to fail. So even if you aren't necessarily there right now, I have absolute faith in every person who loves stories and who loves this sort of thing to be able to find the places where they're going to be able to engage and have a great time. So yeah, and like Rungaroo, feel free, get comfy. These people here are kind, supportive, and wonderful people, and always help lifting people up when it comes to like role playing and stuff. So there you go. Mwah. All right, big love.
We'll welcome you into the crypt.
Welcome to the crypt. Okay, here we go. So, that was the first of well, they're called goblin dogs, so I'm just going to call them goblin dogs. They're supposed to be rideable big rats, is what they listed as. All right. But...
Rideable big rats instead of goblin dogs.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's because they're not identified. You haven't identified them yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, now, the second of the goblin dogs has flanked Titus, because Titus, you are like in the middle of a bunch of them now, and they are growling, they're scratching, and they're going to try and attack you. You are off guard because there are so many of them surrounding you. The first attack is a solid hit as you're bitten on the leg. As their teeth sinks into you, you take 6 points of damage and manage to stave off the disease that they are all laden with. As a second attack, that is another hit.
Ow.
For another 6 points of damage. Once again, having ignored the dreaded, terrifying disease that these creatures have. Now, the next thing it's going to do is a little bit odd, but I'm going to try it anyway. It's going to bark at you to try and intimidate you. So what is your will save plus 10?
Will save plus 10 would be 18.
18, all right. So this needs to roll a 19 or a 20 to affect you. As it barks and snarls. But you are fine. You do not become intimidated by it. All right. The third of the rat dog things are going to now attack you. Ooh, this one's gonna miss. Let's use a jinx point. Also, to let Rungaroo know as well, we are, of course, a very community-driven stream, and if you so feel inclined, we accept donations for all the cool little buttons you see here. The red buttons are hero points. These are jinx points. Red buttons help my players. Jinx points help me. So I'm going to use one of my jinx points to allow my rat creature to re-roll that missed attack. And again, thank you to my lovely audience for helping me out with that. All right. Yes, and he turns it into a hit. For 7 points of damage to Titus. And you once again manage to save against the disease. The second attack against our off-guard ally. As Titus, you're now being bitten on the other side. A critical miss is not what I want, so I'm going to use my other jinx point. I'm going to try again.
I don't want you burn all your jinx points on me.
I'm glad you used the crit on me instead of you.
Well, not all my jinx points, but if I can avoid a critical miss, that'd be ideal. Same roll again. All right. Well, unfortunately, he does not manage to. And as the dog tries to bite you this time, Titus, pick a number between 1 to 5 so I can draw from my critical fumble deck. And CS Rungaroo, thank you so much for your subscription with Prime. You only get so many of them per month, and I appreciate you taking yours to be here and subscribe to the channel. You earn channel points now at an accelerated rate. Please check out our channel points, and as you earn them, hey, stuff to do. All right. So number between 1 to 5. Let's go. 2.
Yeah,
1,
I'll do
2. Okay. Oh, poor thing. Something is broken. It takes 1d4 bludgeoning damage and cannot use that attack until healed. So, as the rat dog has gone to try and bite you, Titus, you've sort of swung your glaive around and used the shaft of it, the whole length, to basically jam it into the mouth of the creature, who has basically jarred its jaw as it's bitten down on the steel of your weapon. As it does so, it is going to take 1d4 damage, which is 4 damage. And in doing so is not allowed to use that attack for the remainder of this round and next round as well. Again, it's going to just try and bark to try and, do its thing. Nope. And you know what? It's going to try again, because why the hell not? Also no. All right, so the dogs are barking and stuff, which, it doesn't help it. But we then go to the last of these rat dogs, which is going to go after Peyton. The first bite will miss. The second attack will miss again. And with the third one, you know what? This one's going to bark as well. Turning around, barking at Peyton. Well, it's not going to do it. All right. It's afraid. This is actually the one that's afraid of you. So Peyton, as it's trying to bark at you and stuff, its tail's between its legs. It's not a happy cappy. All right. Titus, pinched, bitten, your organs slightly scrambled. You look around and you see you're surrounded by these 3 vicious-looking dogs.
Well, wait, am I prone right now too?
No, you're not prone. You are exhausted though, from the inhalation of the smoke that you had before.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Well, I am going to. How much movement do you get when you disengage? Just like half?
No, you can just move.
You don't take damage. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
only creatures that do
to-
opportunity attacks or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna attack the one that I already attacked when I was assisting Peyton.
Sure, not a problem. Make your attack. You
And
swing
I do
your
have
glaive.
advantage
Pardon?
for that?
You have off
do I have
guard.
advantage?
Yeah,
for-
he's off guard. So if you click on the bottom left
Okay,
where
oh,
it
yeah.
says target is off guard, you'll get a bonus to your attack.
bottom left. Oh,
Yeah, one of those.
oh, there it is. Off G. Yeah,
markers.
okay. I've never noticed that before. All right, and I don't know why I always have trouble. Oh, there's my glaive.
All right, your solid hit
All
with
right.
your glaive. As you bring the blade down, it cleaves the dog in twain.
All right. And then I'll do one more movement to get here, and I will be guarding
Hold on
Peyton,
1 second.
so Peyton gets 1 extra.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Okay, but yeah, and then Peyton will get 1 to his AC for me choosing him as my guard or ward or whatever it's called. So yeah.
Sure. Cinderio, you can see that Titus has taken up a defensive stance of Peyton while looking like they're about to die.
Yep.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to your comrades in arms? I'll give you a free speaking action.
I haven't had a chance to act since Daryl told me to do it.
No, sorry. I said, did I say Titus or Peyton?
You said Daryl.
No. When I said Cinderio notices, did I say Titus
Oh.
taking a defensive stance, or did I
You
say
said-
Peyton?
You said Titus,
oh.
but
Yeah.
Then Neil.
yeah. Sorry, I know. I'm just because yeah.
I know, but thank you. I appreciate it.
I was kind of hoping the Cindero's voice would have echoed through to Titus.
You would hope so, but he is taking up a defensive stance in front of Peyton.
while I was ready to shut a door.
Yep, I'm aware.
I can explain myself.
Well, I'm giving Cinderial a chance to respond to this.
Yeah.
This is not a hey, let's
You know-
reflect on what's happening now that it's been made
You know
super
what?
obvious.
She's not going to speak. There's just going to be a very audible, echoing, deep sigh that goes right through the corridor.
Cool.
There you go.
Titus,
That's her speaking action.
at this point in time, you hear this large audible sigh. You think it's a ghost for a moment until you turn around and see that it's far worse. It is Cinderio, giving you the most scathing look they could probably muster in this moment of time, as they hold the door ready to brace it and watch as you stand there in defense of the person who came to rescue you.
Well, because I want him to run off first.
No, you hang up.
Okay.
No, you hang
Okay.
up. No, you hang up.
I'll keep running.
Oh, you keep running. Oh, you'll leave and evacuate. Oh, no way. Okay, well, please move your character.
I
Get the
just
fuck
don't
out of the
wanna
room,
abandon
Titus.
Peyton. I don't want to abandon
Miracle.
Peyton. He saved me. Oh wait, hold on. How much was that? 1, 2, 3.
Jesus.
Yeah, I can just get right here. I can't go any further.
All right, Peyton, you are now in the dark.
Yep.
As we then go to Navander.
Navander's going to wipe his brow, rub his beard. Why am I set up with these guys? Hey, Titus, have a sandwich.
I don't know, man.
Navander's going to throw a sandwich at Titus.
What kind of sandwich is it?
It is a sandwich that heals people. It is a sliced venison sandwich with a bit of horseradish.
Oh, nice.
With a bit of
Oh,
on sourdough bread. In fact, it's been
Oh, I don't know about
sliced-
that. I don't know if I do sourdough and horseradish. I feel like that's too non-complimentary. Like that's a very sharp taste with a very sour bread taste.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's called the roller coaster.
That's the
Oh yeah,
healing
fair.
effect.
Okay, I'd get that. I get
You
that.
also have the gamey. You have the gamey venison. That'd actually be. I would eat that in a heartbeat. That'd be good.
It depends on the sauce for me. I don't know. I don't know if I'm game for that. Huh?
I would try it.
horseradish kind
I won't.
Anyway.
I won't.
Regardless, I still throw it at Titus's face.
All right, Titus, you have a sandwich.
In your face.
That is an action to, like, again, provide a sandwich.
Yeah.
Navander. Yeah, sorry. OG's right. You guys are dying. You should probably do something about that. Navander, you're giving a sandwich to Titus. What's your next action?
He is then going to make his way up around here,
All right.
and
You can't see
flood his
anything.
bow.
Yeah, okay, you can't see anything past the door, though.
Yeah, so he has an arrow knocked, but he's not gonna draw it. He just has it knocked, because that's about as much as he can do.
Very well. All right. Done and done. After Navander, Zyak. It is now your turn.
All right. Let's see if I can help with light and
All right. As you head up, you can move through your
Go
ally
right there.
squares. You can move through ally squares without hindering, so you can go there. It's fine. Okay.
okay.
You can see Peyton. Peyton is injured. You also see the head of one of these rat creatures and a dead one over there. Now, Ziak, I don't want to tell you
Yeah.
what to do, right? But you watch as this tiny little cockroach crawls out of your beard. Oh well. Hey Ziak. Listen, I know that shining a light is a good idea here, but I think we maybe even have time to swing in and maybe grab Peyton and run out before those nasty creatures in the dark get him.
Good idea. Thank you, cockroach.
Oh, you're welcome.
Super
You're
X.
welcome.
We got a name.
Yeah. Did I ever even know his name?
I don't know, I
Have
kinda
I ever
remember.
asked her?
Yeah.
I started calling it Criminy Cockroach instead of Jiminy Cricket, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that's his official name.
Okay.
We'll come up with it.
Peyton.
Oh shit!
Get
No,
ya.
I meant you should go there yourself. You shouldn't take me in the danger with you. Wait! As he's on your shoulder.
You're always with me. You can't help it.
Yeah, as he's just running into battle. Oh no! Okay.
Peyton, move your ass.
That was the plan.
All right.
I grab
You're
him.
grabbed. You're grabbed by the shoulder and then dragged back through. Because again, one action to go through, one action to go. Unless Peyton is resisting.
No, I'm not resisting. Well,
All right.
In fact, if he was still gonna stay there, I was gonna pick up Ziak and run back.
All right.
All right.
Shut the
And the
door.
door is slammed shut. As the door slams shut, there is barking, growling coming from the other side. But then it eventually goes quiet. You believe that the creatures, at least for now, have, well, basically tried to get through that door, but realize obviously how hard it is to get through said door. And have likely gone to see if they could find another way around. But you are free and clear, at least for now. Back in the room that has the large horse taxidermied statue with the serpent tail and the large bat wings.
This is gonna sound like a complete derailment, but how good is the craftsmanship of this statue, anyways?
It was made by goblins. Strangely,
Okay.
it is crafted.
I kind of
It is no, but here's the thing: goblin ingenuity is something to be said. It may not be the prettiest thing in the world, but it is what it looks like, if that makes sense. It is something that has been absolutely made to look like this demon horse thing. And even though the parts are a mismatch and maybe like a bit janky in a few places, you can tell precisely what it is. So good for them.
It's hideous, but I respect it.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. Yes, it is hideous, but you respect that they were able to make it somehow.
Yeah.
We want
Titus appreciates all art, even if it sucks.
Do we want to take a break? I know we just had a big mishap.
I would much rather do it in the light of day and not down here.
I mean, we could just lock the doors.
Patient.
But
Patient.
we also get some ladders in between us.
Patient. We're
Novander.
currently in a dog-infested, goblin-infested pit in the ground with a hard floor. Novander's going to hit the floor to reiterate his point.
Which means they can't dig through the ground.
Yes.
Like the-
Have you
the
ever
go- like
slept
the-
on? Have you ever slept on stone, Patient?
Yes.
Yeah, and how comfortable was it?
It was a deal with it situation.
Well, fortunately, we don't have to deal with this situation. We can always go up, find a nice, comfier place that is well defended, rather than this room where anything could pop out at any point of time.
Oh, I'm gonna very slightly change. I mean, yes, everything you said is true. However, Navander, you have a lot of experience here. Up above the pit is a place known as the Devil's Plateau. It is known like this because pretty much everything that is even remotely predatory will see you from 100 miles away because it's completely flat. There is no ground cover. There is nowhere to hide or secure yourself. Strangely
I was gonna
enough,
say, very open.
yeah, no. Strangely enough, being in the pit is actually more safe than being out on the Devil's Plateau, unless you intend to travel down to the leylands. Now, keeping in mind, you are, by the way, and I want to point this out to everyone, only 2-hour walk away from Sandpoint. You can
Pretty
go
much.
home and have a sleep in your bed.
Yes.
That is a good point.
So, we can go rest up, but I would recommend we find a place off the plateau to do so. If you want to continue on, eat a sandwich.
Actually, with Navander saying
I'm
that,
leaving it
I
up
am
to
gonna
everyone
eat the
else.
sandwich.
Wonderful. The sandwich has been infused with a potion of cure moderate wounds.
Oh,
You're using it like, yeah, you're basically using it like hot sauce at this point, just like,
That's awesome.
So how does it
Actually,
taste? Like,
roll yourself
Do I
3d8
like it?
plus 10 if you eat
Yeah.
it.
I will take a sandwich then, and I will use my own moderate potion
how good
to dressing it to them.
again, to point out, you guys can also go just take a long rest.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
If you want to burn through all your finite resources, you're also welcome to do that. I don't give a shit.
Actually, that's true.
Aiden's kind of
keep the
leaving it
sandwich in
to
my
everyone
pocket.
else, but yeah.
If the sandwich will keep, I'll keep it in my pocket. It doesn't go
It's
bad.
wrapped up.
Okay.
Let's go get a long rest. We know kind of what's in here, so we can plan more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Ziak. Now that we know what we're up against, we can prepare for it better.
Okay.
Turns out it's goblins again. Goblins seem to be everywhere.
Well,
There's the
didn't
Sandpoint hinterlands.
this town get attacked by an army of goblins?
They did, and you
this is
and
true.
as you are heading back towards Sandpoint, I will give a recap to everyone.
Yeah, that's actually a good time for it.
Also, in addition, every now and then, Navander, I need you. No, you know what? Just do it once. Make me a percentage roll, please.
Of course. Percentage roll.
By the way, I also have to ask, Navander, was this you or your wife that made the sandwich?
Well, I made the bread. I hunted the venison. She put it all together.
Okay, with a 36%. Navander, make a reflex save.
Of course.
At some point or another, during the point in time in which you are traveling across the Devil's Plateau, you eventually reach the descent that you need to walk down, when suddenly a cat walks in front of you, and you hear this meow as you then slip and almost fall to your death over the side of a 50, 60-foot tall cliff with what looks to be spiked rocks down the bottom. You thankfully, however, manage to simply trip and catch yourself before you fall, but you see the descent. You look around for the cat, and the cat is nowhere to be seen.
You know what? I think I have a name for that cat. That name is Trouble.
It's very true. I do have to keep reminding myself because I've got a note here. It's like every now and then the Buck and Neko attacks Navander with bad luck. Okay. All right, one moment, please, while I just set this up, because now that we're back at Sandpoint, the way that, by the way, this is also some GM tips as well. So we are running the 7 Dooms of Sandpoint module, which, of course, comes with various chapters that tell the story. There is a chapter here for every time the PCs return to Sandpoint and events that transpire to show the passage of time. I love this feature because it makes the world feel much more lived in. So we are effectively in a long rest. But I want you all to know that we haven't long rested yet for the scene that we are about to do. So just FYI. Now, as you arrive back in the town of Sandpoint, talking about the goblins who had previously attacked the small, quaint town not that long ago, at the lead of Nualia, the woman whose ghost you are trying to put at peace because she was in fact tortured by this town, which is why she had ultimately allied with the goblins in order to attack the town. The Thistletop Goblins were what they were known as, and combined with a number of different smaller tribes like the Licktoads, the Bird Crunchers, and many more, attacked Sandpoint en masse, but were repelled by a group of heroes. Ever since, goblins kind of had this appearance of more of a nuisance around Sandpoint, like vermin who show up every once in a while. But much like how rats, if they collect in too big a warren, they become a danger, the people of Sandpoint have become accustomed to expunging their city of goblins if too many begin to accrue. Though this has kind of been met with a certain amount of scandal, I guess, as many goblins have started to seek refuge and to seek amnesty from their own tribes, steering away from violence and, of course, the mayhem of raids that come with living in goblin society, in lieu of living in cities and towns. So even in Sandpoint, there are a couple of well-known goblins who live and reside in the area, one in particular at the library, but few and far between, shall we say. Now, as our heroes arrive in town, There is a certain air that lingers. There's not as many people out in the streets, and it is just before sundown. One would imagine, under normal circumstances, there would be quite a few people, but there's not. You hear noises coming from the town hall. You make your way over to find that the town has gathered for a meeting.
Uh-oh.
As you enter and arrive, the townsfolk are basically in a huge hubbub. Everyone is talking over each other. At the front, you see Mayor Kendra Devrin, who seems to be there, banging on a gavel, trying to get the attention of people. Now, this isn't like a law court or anything like that, but it is definitely Mayor Kendra trying to maintain some civility here. All right, everyone, listen. Just please keep calm. Please listen. I know we have a lot to discuss, and I know we need to get to the bottom of what transpired, but arguing over one another is not going to help anything. We are in a state of emergency, and it needs to be dealt with as soon as possible. At this point, one of the PCs stand up and say, sorry, not PCs, one of the people of the town stand up and say, how are we supposed to trust him? How are we supposed to continue relying on guidance and anything from him after what he's done? He's put us all at risk. And you hear a lot of people going, here, yes, you know, and as people continue, you see that standing on the actual, what do you call it? Podium, I guess.
Pedestal? Podium?
Yeah, the little rise up is Father Xantus.
Uh-oh.
Evander's going to turn to the person next on one of the townsfolk. What's happened?
The townsfolk look at you and they kind of like don't really acknowledge who you are. They just kind of respond to you as you say something. They say, "Oh, that be Father Xantus, it is. He conducted a necromantic ritual last night. Brought back the enemy of the town, Noalia. Now the townsfolk don't trust him. Won't go to his sermons. Some of us are saying he should be kicked out of town."
But who
It's
takes
just-
over
it's
as
just
the head
clench.
of the temple then?
He does. I don't know. Don't know that. I'm not a holy man myself. Can't say that I approve of bringing back the dead. Some things should stay where they are. The dead be one of them. That for sure.
Thanks, sir.
Didn't a mob for this situation just happen the other night when
Uh,
it was happening?
It did. Absolutely did.
And we took care of it. What
Yeah,
the heck?
unfortunately, a mob isn't an easy thing to take down. Like, you could say, "Oh, don't worry about it. Leave this till tomorrow," but the feelings are going to still stay.
Mm-hmm.
You can't diffuse how people feel in a minute, Peyton. It's one of those things where you have
Yeah.
to continuously
No,
work.
I know. I'm just it's annoying.
These people have rage and hatred in their hearts. I don't think they'll ever forget.
Well, after what you did to the town, I don't blame them.
Which is
Mhm.
also surprising why Peyton and Sindariel don't. That you don't have those feelings. But I respect that. I know nothing of... Well, I know very little of the events that took place, but... I'm happy that you at least can see forgiveness.
I mean, we grew up with her, so
All right.
Yeah.
Well, now that we have at least some measure of order, let us discuss the matter at hand. For those of you who haven't been part of the town for very long, A few years ago, the town was beset by a series of unfortunate events. We simply called this period of time, Matt?
The late unpleasantness.
Correct. Yes, Navander, the late unpleasantness. At which point in time, a series of unfortunate incidences transpired. A murderer was rampant in the streets, found out to be a member of our community. And the church of Sandpoint was burnt to the ground. At the time, we simply saw these things as unconnected and, of course, unfortunate. At the time, we believed we lost our previous cleric, Father Toblin, as well as his daughter Nualia. It wasn't until years later that it was uncovered that Nualia had survived the inferno, and more to the point, was the one who had set it herself. Cinderio, your cheek starts to ache, remembering and recalling that night. Peyton, you still kind of feel the heat on your face as a child, remembering how brightly and how big the Sandpoint fire was. To replace Father Tobin, Father Xantus was called in from Magnamar. And at the Swallowtail Festival many years ago, it was him who coronated and consecrated the new church, only to see the event interrupted by a raid of the largest goblin attack that we had ever encountered. These goblins were relentless. They attacked viciously and from many angles, but the townsfolk persevered with the help of the adventurers, the heroes of Sandpoint, who we still commemorate to this day for their acts of not only stopping the goblins, but many other horrendous things that transpired, and even eventually putting Nualia to rest in her lair at Thistletop among the goblins that she was commanding. In the late of the evening, Father Xantus, along with several others, conducted a ritual to summon forth the spirit of Nualia. The purpose of this and the effect of it are yet to be discussed, as Father Xantus saw fit to do this without the town council's approval or without consulting his very peers in the community. This has put strain on our trust of our Father, because though he has been a loyal servant to Desna and spiritual leader in town, what has happened by summoning forth the spirit of an enemy may well put us all at risk. Father Xantus, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Yes, I do. Firstly, you are all very dear to me as neighbors, not just in this life, but the one beyond as well. My calling of Nualia was not one to bring harm to others, but to allow for Nualia's spirit to not suffer the same pain and torment she experienced during life. She was betrayed time and time again, not just by those who we consider monstrous, or who have influenced her to the path of darkness, but by our own town as well.
There's now a hubbub again as the gavel, shut the fuck up, you stupid, like as the mayor is trying to keep everyone in check.
I know that you do not understand. I know that it may be hard to believe. But I truly believe that bringing peace to Nualia is the right thing to do.
But what of this 7 dooms that she's bringing now? I swear, and then you hear the ruckus gets even more louder. The mayor is kind of like, just like tired of like just trying to basically run this circus and sees our group of adventurers. She gestures for you to step forward. All of you, come here now.
Okay.
Yep.
She's whispering to you as the crowd is continuing to rattle on.
Crowds, people.
Mhm.
No, hang on, Ziak.
Yeah, no, this is good, this is good. She's gonna basically say, listen, I need you to tell everyone what you experienced with this whole thing and try to calm them down, right?
Okay.
Look, I don't want to get rid of Father Xantus. He has been such a good influence here, but I can't shy away from what the people want. And right now, they want him out of the town, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Don't worry, we got this.
I just
Crap.
turned to Sindariel and Peyton. I'm like, I don't think they'll listen to an outsider like me.
All of
still
you.
have
An
more.
outsider is maybe
Yeah.
what they need.
All right.
Crowds, people.
The crowd kind of hushes as you begin to speak.
She didn't bring 7 dooms on us. She warned us of 7 dooms coming.
That is correct.
Yeah, listen to somebody that's from your town. Peyton.
I've got a question.
Oh, Ziak,
Yes.
I've got an answer.
I would like to
Ziak,
know what proof you have that she wasn't just threatening you instead of warning. You know, like 7 dooms upon you versus 7 dooms upon you. You know, like what was the inflection she was using at the time
the
in
ones-
question?
We were the ones who managed to calm her down. Is that a good enough answer for you?
No, that doesn't answer me at all. Like that actually kind of like makes me think you didn't understand the question. Let me try again. What I was asking was, you're the only people who can like tell us what she said and how she said it. You know, she might not be the 7 dooms, but she might have threatened you. You know, like if I say, "Hey, do you want a knife?" Or you know, "Hey, you want a knife?" You know, like, there's a very big contextual thing that happens based on how she's saying it. And I'm just saying, you know, like, how do we know that this is her warning us and not just a threat, like being like, there's gonna be 7 dooms coming for you, you know?
Look, you don't
You
have to
have
believe
it.
us.
Okay,
You don't have to believe us at all.
we don't
We are
believe
the
you.
ones who are going to take care of the problem.
So Daryl will try and put her hand over Peyton before he's trying to say all that.
They look a little confused and they start talking. Peyton, can I get you to make a diplomacy check, please? Before and Sindariel, we'll give you guys another one as well. Ziak, you've managed to successfully get everyone's attention, so you do have the floor now. Like they are very invested in talking to you guys now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right, with a 6 and a critical failure, Peyton.
I was going to use a hero point, but I won't. That's fine.
Sure. Hey, what's up, Micro? Good to see you. All right. Yeah.
Sometimes
I'm gonna get rid of the heroic music here. I was waiting for the rousing speech and that just that just didn't happen. Let's see. What's
I do have a rousing speech prepared, but that kind of
I know.
okay.
War sworn 7
That's fine,
years
Ken.
ago, this lady attacked.
Titus in his acting
Right.
career.
All right,
Trying to get
Cinderio.
the audience.
She will try to address the crowd, and she say, as she left, giving us this warning, she was almost in tears. She was weeping from her earliest days when she was still loved, before everyone turned on her. Just like everyone is starting to repeat everything just now. It is one of these vicious cycles that is almost causing all these dooms to keep befalling us, because we keep infighting. If we want to prevent the dooms, we need to start learning to stand together. as she starts to quiver as her voice, imagine at that point. Not liking the public speaks, and she failed last time with the big mob.
All right, make a diplomacy check. No music. Can you guys hear the music?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
the
this,
music.
okay.
Is it
Yeah,
loud
It's
or
just kind of
No.
it's kind of quiet,
Yeah,
but
okay,
it's
fine.
quiet?
backgroundy music.
It might be louder for us than it is for chat.
Okay.
So that could be a thing too.
Callie
Yeah, it's
Callie
like-
says that she can. Yeah.
Okay. I just turned it up a teeny bit. Let me know if it does get too loud.
And
Yeah.
with that, I'm not going to mess around. I just want to burn the nat 20 because I've got scars that decrease my diplomacy and everything.
Okay. Yep. Sure. Not a problem. All right. With the natural 20 being burnt, some of the
which will
town,
put it to
some of the town
26.
hears you and says, you know, you can hear this like, yeah, we do need to stand together here. We have to, present a united front. Like there's a lot of things here, but the town's not entirely convinced. At this point, why am I back on this page? I don't want to be on this page. There we go. At this point, another voice chimes in. A very familiar individual, Khan Scarnetti,
Ooh.
the other member of the council, says, "This may be all well and good for us to pretend like your ritual was in fact in the best interest of trying to keep..." That is very loud. See it? Frickin' get out of here. Okay, anyway. Yes, this may all be in the best interest of trying to keep the peace and keep people together, but how are we supposed to take guidance from people who clearly don't trust the townspeople enough to let them know what they're planning? At any point in time, Father Xantus could have approached the council, and we might have been able to assist in this very ritual that we are now placing on trial. Father Xantus has proven that he doesn't trust us, and yet we are supposed to give him the same amount of trust that he fails to present to his own people, his own town? People of Sandpoint, I am your fellow community member. I have offered jobs, I have provided industry, and my family was one of the founders here, along with Mayor Deverin. We... He looks at you and he scowls. We have a
I give him
right...
a scout back.
We have a right in this town to know what our spiritual leader is doing. Especially when it potentially can impede us in such a dramatic way as this. Sure, mayhaps in this instance, we have been given a warning from beyond the grave. But at what cost? Our dear people, at what cost does this warning come?
Save your lives.
You might be right, Khan. It is very important that clarity and it's very important that members of our community, especially the higher members of the community, such as the council themselves, should be held to a high standard. In fact, I believe your point that all dealings, in fact, of the High Council and notable members of the community should be made aware by the local population, yes?
Yes, indeed.
Yes?
Well,
Right.
more to the point, I think they should be held accountable.
Oh, accountable, yes?
Absolutely.
Am I able to get
100%.
that?
I know money
Yes?
and I know accounting, and accountability is number one in our priorities of things
Yes.
that should be
Can
done.
I get that in writing, please? With your signature.
He says, I don't have a pen, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's
Also-
a shame. Because when we had it is sometimes situations arise where we don't have time. But you are right. This should have been taken to the council. I agree. Unfortunately, what's done is done. And what we need to do is move forward as a community instead of segregating and tearing ourselves apart. Now, I'm just a rancher, yeah? I'm just from just outside of Sandpoint. I might not be on the council, I might not be a notable person in Sandpoint, but I can see when a community falls apart, Sandpoint, the town, falls apart. The bonds we have, the friendships we have, is what makes us strong. And by tearing ourselves apart, it leaves us weak to whatever danger arises. And if these 7 dooms are approaching Sandpoint, I'd rather a strong community with everything at our disposal compared to one that's tearing itself apart.
Make a diplomacy check.
Yes.
And you get a bonus because that was actually really good.
Thank you.
Nice. Plenty. All right. While most of the audience at this point is appeased and relieved, feeling a sense that they do need to come together, Khan and his kin are not. One of the other counselors raises their hand. Titus Scarnetti, who I don't have a picture of.
I was like,
I thought you were addressing me. It's like,
No, Titus Scarnetti is the father of Karn.
Yeah.
He raises a hand to
Man.
indicate he wishes to speak. Kendra gives him the floor, and he says,
Ladies and gentlemen, I am inclined to agree with Mr. Navander here, and we must learn to leave the past in the past so that we can focus on the bright future that Sandpoint has. The best intentions, even from adventuring heroes, may potentially cause harm and create worry among the council and its populace. If this necromantic mummer's show isn't punished, what then happens next time? What happens when someone else within the town attempts to try their hand at this sort of magic? Father Alabaster's time in the town as a spiritual leader has been appreciated and valued. But I believe perhaps while we can be a community together, we do not necessarily require religious leadership to come from a place where there is still much healing to be done. The dead must be left to rest. I don't believe Father Xantus needs to be banished, but at the very least until a new successor can be found to take over the spiritual duties of the town, perhaps we just ensure that the past remain dead, and no further actions be taken to arouse the demons that lurk and dwell within. I apologize. I've taken far too much of your time. The mayor is kind of stunned a little bit. The townsfolk look at each other and agree that, well, while it may not be, while what you've said about Father Xantus is true, what does happen if he goes unpunished, which lets other people believe that they can simply do this and dabble with forces they may not yet comprehend? If the spiritual leader doesn't require to be checked in, then who does? At this point, Kendra looks like she's about to object. But as he does so, Father Xantus steps up. I believe Mr. Scarnetti is correct. One must be held accountable for their actions. Perhaps I have been too hasty and in a bid to restore my trust, I will indeed step down as spiritual leader. But until such time as one is suitably found for replacement, I will continue to do my duties, perhaps even under the watchful gaze of maybe some of the town's policing. It is very surprising to the mayor to hear this, but she nods and accepts. Khan and Titus kind of have this look of victory over themselves as they leave. They look each of you kind of up and down, and kind of like give you this look of like your days are numbered. You know, those of you who are just passing through this town, you are not welcomed here. Kind of like, you know, this vibe, this kind of look of like, you know, there. As for the people who are from here, you're kind of almost glossed over as if you're non-existent. As the Scarnettis leave.
I was going to say, if the Scarnet is what past Cinderella,
Yes.
she'll whisper, just so the crowd cannot hear. Just then. So, the dragon is still looking for its debt. As they walk past. More for Karn.
Karn actually doesn't respond to this. He kind of like scoffs and kind of tries to keep walking. It's his father that stops for a second, and he shares a look at you, and he simply says, and by the way, this is specifically for you, Schooly Eye, because I know you'll understand what this means more than anyone. He looks you in the eye, smiles, and says, "Good afternoon," and then walks away. It's a British joke, which I quite like. And yeah, it means the same thing. Yeah, I know. It's a thing. It's like, yeah. Fuck, I don't even know where I learned that from, but yeah, anyway. It's something the Commonwealth understand. You don't need to worry about it. Anyway, at this point in time, if you guys wish to talk, you can. I will say this. Kendra will thank you for helping and say that she appreciates the fact that that you stepped up to defend Father Xantus. She also says that there's no helping the fans that are flaming these feelings right now. It's very fresh, and unfortunately, Father Xantus did fuck up here, you know.
Mhm.
However, I will be caught dead if I will have Titus and his crew try to run Father Xantus out of town. That's just not happening. Father Xantus has
We won't let that happen.
Yeah, Father Xantus has had a lot more here to protect from evil spirits than the Scarnettis have, and there is no way that's going to happen. You are also involved in the scandal, however, and I know that you are investigating these 7 dooms. But while you're in town, try to keep your head down. If you can do stuff to help, you know, make people see you in a better light, that's probably good. Because right now they just see you as conspirators to Father Xantus, and anything you do in order to investigate these 7 dooms may find some resistance unless you give some time to help the town get over these hurt feelings.
I'm used to being a social outcast. This is nothing new.
Well, hopefully you can do something new and not be a social outcast like I've asked you to.
I'll try.
That's
town
fine.
It's like, hey guys, make sure you do some stuff so the town doesn't hate you. Don't worry, I'm used to everyone hating me. What? What the fuck are you talking
A
about?
Batman.
No,
I
have
mean, you
them
not
like
do that.
you.
Yeah, it's the difference between being a social outcast to being forced out of town, so we can't use this as a base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Right now you're a social pariah.
Yeah.
So yes, what she's suggesting is if you want to operate in town, make yourself not a social pariah. Not I'm used to being a pariah. Anyway. Moving
We'll
on.
rescue all the cats in the trees.
Moving on, because I do want to get through a little bit here, and I want to try to get to the secret menu thing. Yada yada yada. Long
yeah.
rest, and you guys. Now, oops, that's rolling initiative. There we go. Healing.
Fighting the town.
All right, long rest. Everyone heals.
Okay.
All right.
The smoke should have gone.
Yes,
My
your
wasn't
smoke.
grabbed.
Your sickened and your smoke inhalation are now gone. Um, your fatigue and one of your wounded is now gone, Peyton. So you're now down to one wounded.
Yay!
Actually, I'd say that somebody would have healed you with a medicine check sometime in that time. So I'm happy to knock off all your wounded on that one because you've only had 2.
Yay.
All right, which means you guys are ready to return back the following day. Now, after 2 hours of walking and returning back to where you had come, once again, our heroes find themselves back in the pit. Now, you had gone through the corridor to the east, found the dog things and stuff like that. If you go back and look in there, there is, of course, a small secret room, which is more like a kennel, which is where they were keeping them beforehand. But there's nothing else there. There is a double door, however, that leads a little bit further to the east in that room. It is up to you as to whether or not you want to go that way, but you currently see no sign of the dogs that were here before.
Oh,
I mean, someone probably came and
I
grabbed
guess
them.
we're finding Ender.
Yeah. I'll
Well,
quietly
Leander,
continue.
Oops.
Once
All right.
Dennis Grounds stops being so mean to me.
All right.
Alright,
As you-
Peyton.
Yeah.
You take the point, I'll cover.
Okay.
The door here is
Yeah.
barricaded as you try to open it.
Barricade.
From this side or the other side?
From this side.
Oh,
That's
I
not a
tried
good sign. That's
yeah.
not a good sign at all.
Are there any holes in the door?
A couple between the barricade bits. As if someone
Can I
had
try
stabbed
and-
it with like a blade or something to break, you know.
Can I try and peek through to see if I can see what's on the other side?
Sure, it's
Oh
absolutely
wait,
dark.
it's still dark out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I can try
That's
to
right.
make a peek, but I don't know how much I'll see.
Yeah, if you want to try.
You peek, you see darkness. It's a cave that, you know, curls around a corner
Yeah.
and then that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the most we could do is just try to open it and see what's there.
Do you think that's a good idea? It was being barricaded from this side. Clearly, no one wanted things to come from that direction.
If there's something on the other side, we can shut it and re-barricade it.
the goblins did.
I have repair tools. I can repair the barricade.
Well, we're not being here just to sit around and do nothing and talk. We actually have to
Yeah.
go. We're supposed to be here for a reason.
Yeah, open it.
Peyton's gonna try and grab some of the boards or something that's like barricading it, and he'll try to rip them off.
Would you
Actually-
like to borrow this?
No,
what
I
is the
forgot.
barricade?
I can try and saw them, or if it's wooden barricades, I can try to use my weapon to like saw it open.
Sure.
Well, first of all, Michael, what sort of barricade is it?
It's a
is
wooden
it like a thing that sits at the door. You just lift up and take
No,
off.
no,
or is
like
it
they've banged like wood into this to
Yeah.
like barricade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
nailed it shut. Yeah.
So I was thinking I could take my Leomano and turn it on its side to use the
Okay,
slashing.
Don't ruin your
Qu-
weapon here. Use
Specific
this.
question.
A passing
Looking at the
crowbar.
door, is it a recent barricade or does it look as though it's been here for a while?
It's very goblinish in nature.
Hmm.
So it's
I
made
mean,
of
just
junk and scrap.
terms of the filth, filth
no-
around it.
Oh, there's like no dust or anything. I mean, it's okay. So here's the thing: goblins use refuse in order to craft and make stuff. So in terms of the actual stuff, it looks like old rotted driftwood and stuff like that.
Right.
But at the same time, it doesn't look like it's covered in cobwebs and doesn't look like ancient
Yeah.
or anything
Actually,
like that.
yeah. My repair toolkit actually comes with woodworking tools, so I could actually.
Why are you guys
Get 'em off.
making breaking the barricade
Yeah.
so difficult? I
No
have not
idea.
told you what the
Yeah.
I have
know.
not told you what the DC is. I don't even know
I'll
why you
kick it
guys
in.
feel like you need to come up with like this huge plan
Look,
for breaking a
Huh?
goblin barricade.
Wood. Pull.
Just
Yeah.
kick it.
Yeah.
Could
Kick it
just
open.
say we unbarricade
Sure.
the barricade and
Yeah,
then that's it.
wood, crowbar, wrench, gone, done.
All right.
Yeah.
Solid foot, kick,
Mhm.
Cool.
whatever.
Excellent. That is unfortunate because as soon as you unlock it, which I don't know how to unlock these.
Dogs.
Shift click the doors.
Ah, thank
I
you.
found this out last week.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
That removes the lock, and then you can open the door normally.
All right, excellent. As soon as you open the door, you hear hissing sounds coming from within.
Oh no.
As all of a sudden, large, massive spiders start to charge at the door. A literal swarm of large spiders begin to leap in your direction. I'm going to roll initiative.
Oh God.
Let's have a look.
Nope.
Did I just roll initiative? Is that what happened?
So it looked
Mm.
like.
Yep.
I did? Shit. Well, they're going first. All right.
Ah.
Really, it says I'm going first.
So much. Nope.
You've not shared them with us to see in the combat tracker yet.
Oh, never mind.
Well,
then.
that's
There we
unpleasant.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. One of them, let's just go. One of them runs up and is in the door and is just gonna start chomping at
Wait a minute. What's their dexterity? Because I'm matching theirs apparently. Or the
probably
number.
higher if they've been put in the combat tracker above you.
Yeah, we'll say it does it all
I've never-
automatically.
Okay.
I've never known it to do that.
Oh, they're gonna it's gonna move up and use a noxious spray in a cone on all of you guys. So everyone make a fort save. The DC is 20. Let's go. As it begins to spray out this horrible, foul smell. Peyton is fine. Cinderial is failed. Navander is fine. Titus is failed.
Why do I always fail the rolls that I should be good at?
Ziak is fine. All right. All right. Those of you who have failed are now sickened. So that is Titus and
Sandalio.
I don't know crap.
Cinderio. All right. The second spider rushes up and is going to start eating Navander. An 18. Oh, now, you know what? I'm going to use a jinx point on it. Why not? I want to bite someone. All right. This spider leaps up and bounds towards Navander and critically misses because that, of course, it fucking does. All right. Navander, pick a number between 1 to 5.
Give me a 1, please.
Boom. Oh, it is out of position. So it moves away and cannot use its attack for the rest of the round. All right. So it is pushed backwards. The next one comes up.
This
Wait,
man
wait.
Jay comes up and he
Are
just
these
slaps it.
individual spiders or swarms of spiders?
Individual spiders that are a swarm.
Okay, gotcha.
Hmm.
Ugh.
And there are more coming, by the way. These are just the few that were at the front entrance. Both of them step up. One of them, who had to double move, only bites Navander once. Will miss. And I'll have another fort save from everyone as it, again, sprays a... Alright, Navander has failed that one.
I thought you said it double moved, so I'm surprised it's
No,
sprayed as
one
well.
double moved and one single moved and then sprayed.
Ah.
Alright.
Okay, I'm to your point in that one. I don't want double. Yeah, I'm not taking double.
Sure.
Second.
Not a problem. Ziak, yours as well, please.
Sickened one is bad enough.
Alright, let's see. Navander gets it. What do we get? Yeah, Ziak's fine. Cinderial, I think you failed as well. And that's it. Okay. So, as they spray these things, as they spray you guys down, Peyton, it's up to you. Your turn.
I want to attempt to shove the one in front of me backwards, further in.
Make an athletics check. Your target number is 20. 22.
Oh,
All
awesome.
right. You shove it back. They are no longer in the door.
All right, and then the last two actions, I'm going to attempt to just shut the doors and block them.
Because they're double doors, you need both actions to shut them. So you shut
Okay,
both
that's fine.
doors, and that is
I
it.
just kind of try to hold it shut.
Sure. Titus, you're up next.
All right. Block them.
I try to I'll step in between those two and try to block it with whatever remains of the barricade.
Okay, done and done. Okay. There we go. Hopefully that'll help maybe with the sound. We'll see. All right, there we go. Make a craft check. As you attempt to re-barricade the door. And how are you barricading it? You have bits of wood.
Yeah, I'll take bits of wood and are there nails? Because I'll try to smash them in with other, like a rock or something, maybe.
Sure, make a craft check. This is going to be quite a difficult challenge, but you can try it. Try to nail a board in with a rock. Go for it. The 19. Sure, you're an expert crafter person, so yeah, you managed to nail in a couple of the boards. If you're using your whole turn to do it, I will say that will
Yes.
function enough to reseal the door before they break in. But you could hear more of them gathering as you are here.
Okay. Yep, yeah, I do use my full turn on making the barricade as strong as possible.
All right, not a problem. All right, done and done.
Right. Well, we know why the goblins blocked the door.
Mm-hmm. And we now know not to go down this way.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to
uh,
run the door spiders.
Back, go back to the door back there behind the statue. Then.
Yeah.
Yes, I there was a way past that. Yes, let's do that.
All right.
Huh? Come on, guys! I'm the only one with a light.
Whoops.
I'm lagging again because my hero or fantasy grounds does not like me. There we go. Now.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe shut that door behind us too,
Sure.
just in
Good
case.
point. I'll shut it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Presumably you open the next door and head in,
Yeah.
or you just stand
Sorry,
there staring at
yeah.
it?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Nope.
Yes.
I was waiting for you to say something, but yes, I
No,
will
you're just-
open
you've
It's a
been in
the.
this
nice
room.
craft
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
nice craft door.
All right, Ziak, let's go.
Well, Titus is on top of me. I can't move my character.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was standing on you.
Get off me!
I'll try to move. I'll move him. I'll move him. Try to move him. There we go.
Thank you, mate.
All right. Oh no,
Ziak's
my mouse
Australian.
is not selecting things. Why is it not selecting things?
Oh no.
Sorry, one
Ah.
second.
I see it.
I can
Or
move
big
my mouse, but it's
feature.
not. The left click's not working. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, yep, cool. It's working again. All right. Now, in this chamber, there is rough stone walls which line this large room, decorated with a mix of bones and broken weapons, tattered tapestries and bits of junk. To the north, a charred and very dead goblin sits slumped on a partially burnt wooden throne. A cave opening to the west opens into the darkness, and several bloody spears lean on the wall near this opening. There is, of course, a large group of goblins who happen to be in this room.
I don't know that.
As they look at you, they growl and they snarl, they laugh and they giggle. And one goblin in particular seems to acknowledge you. This is none other than Gerlunk, the current commando of the Whistlefang Goblins. This is the person who has been pleasurably left alive after the deposition of the former chieftain, whose body is burnt on the throne. With him are his other commandos. And as he looks at you as you enter, he says, "How long, Shanks? You're not supposed to be here."
Fair enough.
Sir.
Why have
He's
you
talking
come?
to all of them. We have come. Oh, he's speaking in common right now. Okay. We're coming to check this place out. We heard.
We're
One of
looking
the-
for a nice holiday home.
Shut up, Commander. No. I don't know. We were asked to come check this place out.
We're looking for a big beastie.
Big beastie. They look at each other.
We're here.
We can take you to a big beastie. It's down there.
Is this
What's-
big beastie causing you problems?
Not the beastie. He looks at he looks at one of the walls that has like this ripped up tabard of the their former tribe, and behind it a secret tunnel. He looks down there, but then looks back at you. If you're looking for the beastie, you can go there. Fight the beastie. He then sort of stands in front of the tapestry.
What kind of issues have you been dealing with then, if not from the beastie?
No issues. None at all. Super casual here.
Okay.
Do you think we should
Sa-
investigate the tapestry?
I want to roll an insight, but there's no insight.
As
Me
you
perception.
Trust us.
He looks at you and he says, "Well, you don't seem to be attacking goblins when you see them. Maybe you can see him."
Only if we're attacked first.
Okay,
Titus.
you can go speak to the leader. This way. Mind your steps.
Okay.
Are we gonna
take off in this room? I take off.
What?
Oh god, no.
What? Did you say take off your shoes?
Oh crap. This sounds like something that might
Happened
be a
for
carryover from.
Gatewalkers.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. As you are led through this small tunnel from the throne room where the other goblins happen to be, you eventually end up in a large and rather opulent-looking room. The walls of this 10-foot-high chamber are of white stone with redwood paneling, running along the 2-foot trimmed in gold. Running along the lower 2 feet trimmed in gold. Glowing flames flicker in sconces upon the wall, giving the chamber bright illumination. Bright illumination. One moment. Oh no, that is bright illumination. You're fine. Yeah, you're fine. All right.
I whisper to Cinderio, ain't that the symbol of the 7 wizards on the ground?
It is. Wooden shelves are piled with books all around you, many of which having the same symbol. Scrolls sit to the north upon tables. 3 steps lead from both the east and the west to a pedestal with the golden rune adorned with gold inlay of a 7-pointed star. And 2 hideous dead bodies lie in a heap on the eastern platform. In this room is only 1 goblin. But what seems to be several monstrous creatures. The individual has been raising from the remains. The person you see is none other than the Grave Knight Rip Nugget,
Ooh.
former chieftain of the Thistletop Goblins, who looks up from his work and his scrollings. And Matt, you are now in control of Chief Rip Nugget, whose goal here has been to create Greed Spawn, which he has been using various corpses in order to do so. Specifically, non-goblin corpses, of which your lieutenant has just brought you 5. Very, very lovely corpses.
Ooh.
Oh,
Good work. That is why I pay you.
You don't pay me, my lord. You have just chosen not to kill me.
Exactly. I paid you with your life. You should be
Oh,
grateful.
I am grateful. I swear.
I don't see you bowing.
Oh, oh, great and mighty Lord Rip Nugget, thank you for sparing my measly and insignificant life. I am a worm, a worthless worm.
Now, what we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 7 adventures. How
Yes,
good.
so my lord, you might find that there's only 5 adventurous.
1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Wait. 1, 2, 3. 4.
Payne will
This
turn
one.
around and walk towards the door.
Oh,
This is
Hey,
I'm
of
gonna
course.
shut the
How
lock
foolish
it.
of me, of course. 7 people for you, my lord.
All
he
right.
can only
Raise it.
count to 4.
All right, come on the pedestal.
While they're distracted and talking to each other, Peyton walks to the door and locks it.
They're talking to you. They tell you to get on the pedestal.
Oh, well, I turned around and walked to the door and locked it.
All right, you've locked the door for reasons.
Oh, look at that. They even work for me as well. How good's that?
Okay.
He doesn't understand what's happening here.
All right, on the pedestal, over there. Where's the rest of them? Go on, move.
No.
Oh, shit.
You watch as
Let's
the creatures that seem to be in a somewhat toporic state now suddenly move a little closer.
I was
What
gonna
is
say,
that? Big furball.
Also, let me share a picture of these creatures. These vaguely humanoid creatures is what they're labeled as.
vaguely.
Vaguely humanoid.
I'm
Ooh.
assuming most of Rip Nugget's conversation with his lieutenant was actually not in common.
No, it was in common.
Everything's okay.
Yeah. All right, and these creatures now move and encroach as Ziak says, "No."
You know what? I'll humor you, furball. I'll humor you. Why?
What? Well, why do you want us to go on the pedestal?
Well, isn't that why you're here?
No.
Isn't that why you were brought to me?
No.
It is, my
that
lord.
goblins-
Yeah,
Is it-
that's what I thought.
It is, my lord. Yes, they are brought here for your very non-perverse and super cool thing that you've been doing to people, including the members of my tribe. Mm-hmm. Because we are all super okay with that. Especially after you burnt our chieftain before he was able to stand up and draw his weapon.
Well, he was
Hey.
getting on my nerves.
Hey. Goblin. You one. You
No,
right
no,
there.
no.
Oh, me? Me?
Right.
You could. My name is Gerlunk.
Lunk.
Gerlach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, actually, my name is actually but nobody can pronounce it.
I can
Okay.
pronounce it.
He like
Good luck.
drops the thing.
Sounds like
His name is
get
Gurlak Gurlak.
good luck. Get behind us.
I'm going to make sure they can't escape, my lord. From
Now,
Yeah.
now, Furball, you gotta be very careful with what you're going to do next.
Oh,
Tell me
I am
why.
going to be careful. I'm going to be very careful. What do you think, guys?
I think Peyton is
I think-
glaring at.
Titus was kind of smile and turns like, we'll go to
Yeah.
the left, the rest
Yeah.
go to the right.
That number two creature came into my lantern. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a question for Dag.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I've not really played clerics very much.
Sure.
Now, for sounding right, anathema is creating undead. You
Yep.
said that these things were base. I'm guessing they feel undead in nature.
Absolutely not.
No?
Oh.
Okay.
No, they do not. Not even
Um,
remotely, which is actually hyper concerning.
oh shit.
Everyone,
That's a good point because
Oh, shit.
I was trying to work out if, from the religion side, whether Sandera would be reacting more than what she is. If that makes sense.
I think there's a certain level of confusion for sure. This guy, he is undead. Absolutely. The guy, the goblin, 100% undead.
Yeah, Rip Nugget.
Right, he's
Oh,
undead.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the things around him aren't.
Okay. I got a 20 to know if the creatures have a weakness.
These things?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, did he fall in the realm of esoterica?
Yeah, no, doesn't do that. All right.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
sure. Before we goes into all this sort of stuff, before you start doing aggressive stuff, and before my children start saying hello to you rather extensively, do you want to tell me why you are here? Why you have come to my home, disrespecting me, disrespecting my children, disrespecting my loyal servant?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, as you turn around, he's unlocked the door and he's like, "Ugh."
Okay.
Want to think that'd be nice?
Do you want to?
I just look at it. I look at oh, shit, I had his name.
Wait.
You said Garlic?
Griplock.
Griplack?
Good
Just look
luck.
at him and I just glare at him and just say, step away from the door.
No.
I said, I get in his
Wait,
face.
we can help you.
I'm gonna demoralize him and
We can help
try to
you.
get him to step away.
Revenge your chief.
My chief's dead. Avenging
You
him
wanna be
doesn't
the
do
new
anything
chief?
to his bones.
Are you
Yeah,
the vice
but
chief?
if we take care of this guy, you can become
You-
chief.
Uh-huh.
So why did you unlock the door?
In case you lose.
Huh.
Yeah.
I
That's what I was thinking,
He's
that it
hedging,
wasn't
he's
to
hedging
attack
his
us.
bets
Okay.
here. And if you
Yeah.
want to make an intimidate check, you can, but I don't recommend it.
Yeah,
So,
I
okay.
won't.
No, this
Mr.
guy's actually
We
really
came.
tough. He's just, not magic tough.
Yeah.
All right, but Rip Nugget
We
has
came
asked.
here.
But Rip Nugget has asked why you have come here, what you're seeking,
Yeah,
what has
yeah.
brought you here, why you're disrespecting stuff.
We
Yeah.
heard.
Oh.
We heard that there was a big, huge monster thing here in the pits, and we came here to take care of it, or at least see if it's true. the rumors were true.
Who's been saying that?
I'm sorry,
The
what?
townspeople
yeah.
of Sandpoint.
Who's
Local
been
people.
who's been saying that there's a great big beastie down here? I'll give you a hint. It's definitely not the people of Sandpoint.
Actually, that's true.
I think
Her
we were
name-
just told something of here might be the
Oh, yeah.
the Seven Dooms was something was over here.
Naria. No, yeah.
Nualia.
Well,
As
yeah.
soon
her
as
name
soon
is
as
Nualia.
soon as that word leaves their lips, you are filled, Ripnugget, with a huge, unrelenting, fierce rage.
Rip Nugget's going to slowly turn around to his table and then just flip it.
Bang! All the notes fly into the air. The wood splinters as you realize this goblin's actually way stronger than you realize. The wood splinters in a shower around him.
Uh,
That two-timing no good insolent little word! How dare she!
and he's just gonna start picking up the table, start smashing the table further into the ground, and he's going to turn to one of his things.
Oh, that's a little too high. I think we cut out.
What?
I'm sure
We
it was
can't
very
understand your
impressive.
swearing.
Cool, cool, cool. Alright, cool.
He's gonna turn back around.
Who?
Nualia.
Yeah, we all say it at the same time.
How?
Because we've
She's still
decided
alive,
to
is she?
grant her forgiveness, and by doing so,
You want to grant her. You want to grant her. Is she still alive? Is she in Sandpoint? Lieutenant, is she still in Sandpoint?
Hold on, wait, yes, my lord, she is, and they have been sent by Nualia to come and, kill you.
That's
That's,
Seven Dooms.
Alright, good. Now, I want you to bring everything we have into this room right now, and I want you to start eviscerating them. I don't even want them as livestock. Just bring them all, everyone in, slaughter them all. I want to see that blood change the color of this red floor into even more red. Can you do that?
Guys, are we just gonna let him talk, or are we just gonna
Yes.
do this?
yes, my lord.
And
Attack!
and we're gonna go into initiative as Ripnugget all but takes off his crown, throws it on the ground, and like stamps on it, like get them, kill them all. As basically this, like the door will swing open, because pretty much he made a 29 on his stealth check to unlock the door without you guys noticing. So you haven't noticed, but then he just swings the door open, and on the other side there is the army of goblins, which are going to be coming in from that side, with, of course, the army of
Oh God,
Sandpoint that come from this side. This epic battle will take place
Oh no!
when we return next week.
Ah!
Now, for those of you again with a little bit of the lore, Ripnugget is one of the major villains from the very, very first adventure book released by Pathfinder called Rise of the Rune Lords. He was the one in charge of the goblins during that raid of Sandpoint. He was the one in charge, and he was working for Nualia because Nualia had been basically blessed with a certain level of charm and blessed by the mother of monsters, who is, of course, the progenitor of the goblins. So Ripnugget was very loyal, but Nualia effectively usurped control of his own tribe, which eventually led to his downfall and his death, which he holds Nualia personally responsible for. And now he is trying to restore his power that was taken by Nualia. And he was killed by adventurers. Now more adventurers working for Nualia. have shown up, and yeah, that's it. Now, keeping in mind, Matt, you are going to continue to play Rip Nugget throughout this encounter as per our secret menu item. Now, the reason this was a secret menu item is because Matt, for those of you who do not know, also All Things Fantasy is running Rise of the Rune Lords on their channel right now, and has indeed played Rip Nugget, and of course is now getting to reprise the Rip Nugget from his adventures in this adventure. Because I mean, let's be honest here, we only get so many games in our lifetime, so many opportunities to do things like this, and I'm sure at some point or another our dear friend Matt will find an opportunity to play and run this amazing game for another group of individuals. But in the time being, however, in case that day is many years away, I am very happy to have your character reprised for us today. Thank you. And I mean, I was actually watching the shows where you were actually playing Rip Nugget, and he was honestly so much fun, and I'm glad that you you were able to go on that. And I was like, no, I definitely want to play this Weasley kind of like guy who is actually quite strong but just wants to live. Like, no, I just want to live, you know, and living is good because you incinerated my chieftain and I've got bows and arrows. Like, you know, like there's just no comparison. But
I love Rip Nugget as a character. He's a great character. He's such a tragic figure. And I'm really looking forward to playing him again.
Oh, he is such a tragic figure too. Now, before I go, actually, while I remember, sorry, I'm going to do this before I log out because I will forget otherwise. Because this is a very combat-intensive fight, I am just going to very quickly screenshot the map here so that I can give it to my players, so that when we come back next week, because we will not be using Fantasy Grounds while we are away.
In that case, maybe you should put Winston on the map somewhere too.
He'll be with
Maybe
you
soon
guys.
next week.
He'll be next to you guys. It's fine. No, as in we're not going to be using the map, but this is for your references to know what's in the room, to know how many goblins are in the fight, yada yada yada. So now we know, now we have all that, which is good. All right, well guys, my name's Michael. I'm the Dead Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here any number of times during the week. We are going to pass on the ride. Where are we riding to? We are raiding to... Who is doing some stuff? Hey, no worries. Thank you, Turquoise. And thank you to everyone who came and joined us. Always a pleasure. Let's see. Let's go and raid. Everyone's playing Baldur's Gate.
The playmat.
Yeah, let's go raid Playmat. We like Playmat. Playmat is a dear friend of the channel. Currently in the midst of moving and shaking and doing all the cool stuff. Playmat. Oh, it's the Playmat. That's right. There he goes. Boom. So there it is. We're going to go and raid Playmat. Guys, as always, thank you for joining us. We hope that you have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Stay wonderful. Be kind to each other because why the fuck not is free. And until we meet again, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks!
Boy!